Welcome back to Liberty Tree Gaming. We are in Kuttenberg, and in the last episode, we helped Rosa complete her book, and then began the King's Gambit quest. And that quest is this one here. It says that I'll go ahead and read this since we're about to work on it. Says, no sooner had I reunited with Capon than another friendly encounter awaited us. However, right after that, we had to split up again and go about our important tasks. I'll go to Kuttenberg to attend the city council with King Sigusmund, the others to Raborsch for a meeting of King Wenceslas supporters. And yeah, so we met with Vavak, threatened to tell him about or reveal that he had been stealing the king's silver. And he's gave us information about how we could get into the meeting with Sigismund. So we went and met with the waiter, Franta Kuldon, and got his certificate and his clothes, and we're ready to go into this and report for duty. We just have to change clothes and go in. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I think I'm just going to go with the basic set of clothes. Nothing overly special here. Don't even have a dagger on. So we'll see how this goes. May regret it, but we'll see.
I'm in the right mind. But what are friends for if not to help each other?
This man, though, he laughs at the law. He broke into his house, neighbour, honest businessman.
Majordomo. I don't think I've been in here before.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He's sick.
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on.
So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you.
You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be.
Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are?
For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to learn.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way.
In short, behave as if you're not there.
But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double.
You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel.
You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaid or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Stay in the background.
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
What if I make a mess of something, though?
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job even mopping the floor in the hole in the wall. But I'm sure that's not going to happen. So, are you prepared?
or lost reputation for that? Jeez. Yeah, let's
I know
go.
everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Gutenberg City Council, morning. Okay, we have a new minigame, looks like. Orders. A guest will order wine, either Tokaju, which is white, or Monastery, which is red, by calling out to you and raising their hand. If you're unsure, you can ask them to repeat their order. Pouring wine. On the table in the corner of the room, you'll find 2 pitchers of wine. Take the one that one of the guests wants to pour and walk to his table with the pitcher. The chat will activate the option to pour wine for him. After serving the guest, you can return the pitcher or wait to see if the next guest wants the same wine. Quality of service. Be careful not to let guests wait too long or pour them a wine they didn't order. Repeated delays or mistakes won't be tolerated. Oh, I'm nervous.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
It's a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the dry devil,
apologise, sir.
used that thing.
Which wine?
That Hackenbush
Are you
Wait.
deaf?
hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm
sir.
saying is that they had them, Herr Gott. It is eine
Thank you,
Schande
Major.
when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do
Waiter,
not realize
get me white.
what Schwierigkeit this is. The dry
Instant, I put it
devils
down.
were free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the region.
Oh, Adam.
We have the army bearing
I'd like to
down, and you
oblige,
want
but
to defend
you're not.
yourselves
This
with
is
a few rusty
unbelievable.
halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigusmund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
White up.
Shut up!
Call me red wine.
A king can arrive at any moment.
Red wine for...
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
You can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubricker to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean bath
I
or
fancy some
brothels?
Tokai. Refill, boy.
Isn't it the same thing?
Sorry, sir.
So
Orders from
the
above.
cleanliness
This
of the
is
city is
unbelievable.
not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
Why didn't you just throw on the floor?
We do have the new baths in Hopbrink, and Adam's old ones.
Who?
But I hear the Hopbrink baths are more of a...
Is everything all right?
No.
They still are a bit.
But there's nothing you
but
can
the
do about
quality
it.
went down.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
And all the other baths would chip in with their taxes too.
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
Citizens' health should not be underestimated.
All right, so we have to go get a goblet.
If someone needs...
Wanted to look at the journal. Red Monastery, Red Monastery, the White is Tokai, something like that. Bailiff Plumel ordered me to bring a confiscated goblet from his study. I'd better do it quickly so I don't miss the thirsty lord's orders.
to wash, there's a river just a few steps.
Where's the
from
study?
city walls.
Here?
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you know what.
So
That
going to the baths is
stolen
neither
cup.
a civic duty nor a right.
Nice.
Have you forgotten the Black
Whose
Death?
silver might this be?
A great many people died needlessly.
Oath book? What is this? One of the copies of the oath book from the Kuttenberg Town Hall. It records the oaths of the councilors and officials. Alright.
Unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Anything else? I don't know.
But we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a...
So, did you find it?
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
You okay there?
Word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Pour me some
And as we
monastery
know,
wine.
Gunslin
Monastery.
hates him.
That's the
He can
red.
hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Two?
Me? Well, I'm not
Monastery
sure what
wine.
you're implying.
Here.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding.
Well, thank the
We've
Lord.
sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
Boy,
I don't like
full cup of
Rutard,
monastery
true,
wine.
but in this case, it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble.
Thank you, waiter.
He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on
waiter.
it.
Pour me
Let's
some
move
tobacco.
on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Sir?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said
Well, thank
anything
you.
like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric,
Who would
but
do
also
such a thing?
illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all kinds, but city councillors?
Be specific, Forsooker. Are you blaming one of us?
Get me white!
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all, it wasn't a duel. It was supposed to be an honorable combat. And I didn't even take part in it.
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the pillory.
If you want to blame somebody, you should point the finger at the youngster here who's...
Excuse me?
Go.
Never mind.
You again.
I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't be ridiculous, Forsooker.
Do what?
You act like you've never been in a fight yourself.
Everything in order?
Not quite, but I think you might be able to help me.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now, but if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But... why?
Because I'm bored. Because I told you. Get on with it.
This is crazy.
My words exactly. The town council is squabbling
Here.
constantly at the Emperor Charles, and
Close.
no one is left unscathed.
That was easy enough. And he wants
How
me
many?
to count the winged figures.
Are you kidding me?
If I threw out everyone who complains over the
1,
beer,
2, 3,
I'd soon be out of
4,
customers.
5, 6,
To hell with it.
7,
Never get anywhere like this.
8,
Waste our time.
9, 10. And down low. Any more? Ten. So I'm gonna go with.
I gave you a task. Have you forgotten? So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
I got 10.
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
No.
I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
There is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to mock a oil mining
waiter.
city. Why can't we
Pour
build
me some
faster?
monastery wine.
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do?
Have we
Do
met?
you?
Well,
And
naturally.
what would that be?
I go to your tavern almost every day.
Really?
You'd like to have your own
Then you
altar
must
there?
have decent
So what
wages
if I
to be
got-
able to visit the
Hold
best
your horses,
tavern in
gentlemen.
town regularly.
That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still
Hey, boy.
provides to the crown.
Full cup of monastery wine.
I hope you're not supplying equipment to
Monastery.
the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them
It's
brawl.
you?
Oh,
I see
This
you've come
is
up in the
me.
world. From a bathhouse boy to a waiter. You'll go a long way.
Not long ago, the guards raided and threw
One
them
day I'll
all
be the
out.
bailiff here.
Ah, yes.
Wait and see.
What do we have to discuss?
You're a
next?
merry soul, lad. I like that.
Where's the king?
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Juchek Össe, Elegiop Katonaikat, Ich Gelkinek Utra.
Is it? It's Sigusmund. Oh my goodness. That ginger. Oh, and Von Allitz. Or
you have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this man of fights!
okay. At that time, at Rabor's fortress.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
Oh, I get to be Godwin now, huh?
I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject.
Okay. Who is the Frenchman?
Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malachov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Yeah.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches,
and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Okay, well.
God be with you.
So this is same quest, just different character. Let's see. To follow up from the last part, I'm beginning to think they take me for a fool rather than a waiter. Franz took the gloves, but he made a fool of me with the numbers. I managed to serve the Kuttenberg nobility without arousing suspicion that I was just pretending to be a waiter. And now we are on to Godwin's side. After arriving at Rabosh, Godwin finally had the opportunity to meet Baron Brabant, who until recently was Lord Capon's fellow prisoner at Malashov. Capon suggested to Godwin that he try and welcome representatives of the Kuttenberg's Jewish community to the Rabosh meeting. The old and respected rabbi arrived accompanied by a young man who seemed not at all comfortable with being among the nobility. All right, you're a noble. Noble. Guard.
God bless. Jesus Christ be praised.
Rabbi Jehuda. Were any of these optional? I didn't notice or remember. Doesn't say optional for either, so.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Jehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kuttenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
I wish it would tell you if I could do all of these, or if this is an either or, but it seems like these are either or, because, I mean, are you?
Are you looking for friends among us?
Let us say rather that we have chosen a side. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Yeah, because he tried to kill me.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
This is my half-brother? Are you kidding me?
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Half-adopted brother? Is that a thing? Okay. Godwin shouldn't be drinking.
Excuse me. I'd better not drink.
Better communion wine than kosher, is it?
Lost reputation. I can talk to him again?
Everything all right? You look a bit out of sorts.
I can't wait for it to end so we can get out of here.
I reckon you'd have to be pretty brave to come and mingle with the Kuttenberg lords.
Or pretty pissed off.
Or that.
We will leave as soon as we can. Anyway, all of these worthy gentlemen will be relieved when we are out of sight.
Would you tell me something about your community? I haven't found out much so far.
What can I tell you? It was never exactly glorious. And now especially, everyone is quaking that what is still left to us will be taken away.
Surely it won't be that bad.
There are many fools who would rather take out their gall on us and start to fight among themselves. In times of uncertainty, it is always the sons of Israel who are the first to be stricken.
Liechtenstein. Alright, so Brabant. Can't raise a torch in here, huh? No house made. Alright, Brabant. Let's talk.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line.
Ah, the
I am
French
a warrior,
hurts.
a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off.
Okay, so tell me about it.
How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Yeah, I have, but go ahead. Enlighten me.
Oh, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh. I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Maleshov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Ugh. French. So tiring. So where have you been, my friend?
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course!
But of
I
course.
was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
This guy is, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a conceited, pompous, arrogant guy. And this guy checks all of those boxes. I only hope he goes, ho ho ho, in a second.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Okay. Where's Radzig and Hanush? There they are.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Not going well.
Do you have the news? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigusmund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigusmund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
And yeah, why are you doing all this? No, he did say when we met with him as Henry that he always had a plan and a backup plan.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome.
Okay.
Because it would mean slow, but certain defeat for all of us.
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Botchek of Kunstadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a
male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
Intriguing.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, The die will be cast.
Godwin doesn't need to drink.
I'd rather discuss those alliances sober.
I'm losing reputation left and right. Alright, man. Look at the journal. Representatives of the town's Jewish community, among others, arrived at Raborsh. As if their presence wasn't surprising enough, during the conversation, Godwin learned something that stunned him. At Raborsh, Godwin met the somewhat eccentric Baron Brabant, who had traveled extensively and knows important people. He seemed clever, but he talked a man to death. And Liechtenstein explained to Godwin his plans for amending Jobst's proposal. However, it was necessary to secure the support of the influential lords present to make this happen. And looking at the clock and looking at the amount of stuff that we have to do here, probably should call it an episode here, and we'll pick it up from here next time. Have any savior shops? No, I don't. Can't put anything on. Interesting that he still has that ring that he got from that couple in Giliov. Very, very interesting. All right, so yeah, we'll call it an episode here, and we'll pick it up next time, where we'll go and talk to these people and see if we can't get Liechtenstein's plan set into motion. So until then, be good.